Meeting is being live streamed. What?
We should have a song for when we're getting ready to go live.
We do actually.
We should.
We do, but I'm not like cute and prepared for that. But we do. I mean, it does exist.
Does exist, right? All right. So we have, I think we're there, right? I think
Well, let
we're
me double
in.
check and triple check because why not? Am I right?
Why not?
We're there. Superstar Live. Oh, look at us.
Oh man.
This is
Oh,
what happens on a snow day, people. It gets a little crazy.
get a little goofy. We get a little goofy. Okay, cool. So we are going to be looking at our next anthology, which is technically the fourth of the main books, but it's also like, because we've also done, I don't even know, is this going to be the sixth or something of
Well, it's going to be
related things?
it's the fourth main book because we've done Transformation, Success in Any Season, Be the Beacon, and then this one will be fourth. But interspersed in all of that, we also did Grow Smarter, and we also did a journal for Transformation 2020. And then we're also coming out at next summit with it's not really a companion journal, but it's a workbook that goes with Be the Beacon. So we're going to be at, this is going to be 7.
That's so
We just
awesome.
keep pumping out content. It's amazing. But the reason why this is so great, Elizabeth, is because everybody has stories. And you might think your story isn't important and it isn't interesting. Let me tell you something. There's somebody out there losing sleep at night because the message that you need to share, they need to hear. Ooh, that rhymes. Let's put that on a bumper sticker. Somebody put that on a t-shirt. Yeah. Marianne, I'm going to use you as an example, right? Your book, We Are Joy, just hit bookshelves everywhere this week, right?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you. Oh, look at that beautiful book. I have mine, but mine is on my phone. So, but
That
what I'm saying is, okay, I'm gonna get very, very deeply vulnerable with you guys here right now. Hi, Mina, joining us on Facebook. So excited to see you. Hi, Glow. Good afternoon. We love you guys so much. If you guys have questions, concerns, comments, hold the disparaging remarks.
Please. I can't
None of
handle
those.
No.
No trolling, none of that stuff. But if you have questions, anything that you think, you know what, I need an answer to that, just drop it in the chat. We're here to answer for you today. That is our job. But I want to use you as an example, Marianne, because I'm going to get really deeply vulnerable with you guys right now. During the holidays, it was kind of tough for me. And I think part of it was the whole COVID situation, which has just been weighing on everybody for a long time, but I also had some personal life things that I was dealing with over the holidays. And I've got to tell you, Marianne's book could not have come at a better time. And the best thing about Marianne's book, in my opinion, I mean, it's a great book. All the stuff is great. But the thing I like the most is that she has these workshop style questions at the end of each chapter that gives you an opportunity to integrate the information. Because how many of us just read a book and then, okay, hopefully some of that stuck in my head and we move on to the next thing. What I'm saying is that material for Marianne is not new. Giving you a little background information, this has been sitting on her computer for a while now. And I needed it. And thank God she published because I am mentally in such a better place having, gone through especially certain parts of the book that I picked out. I think my favorite chapter would be the one that talks about, I don't remember the name of the chapters right now, but the one that talks about, okay, so you're not in a mentally great place right now. What do you do? Because that's a question I'm sure a lot of people are out there asking. yeah, okay, we're joy, whatever. I'm not feeling joy right now. What do I do? And you answer that question so ably. I needed that message. And it was sitting on your computer doing nobody any good.
Mhm.
Come on, guys, over in Facebook. If you know that's true, I want you to just type true in the chat because we all have something to share. We all have something to contribute. So, what's the thing that you have to share? What's the thing that you've been through in your life that it might have been tremendously traumatic, maybe, but you've come past it now and you're in a position to help somebody else who's going through something? What's your thing? What's your thing? And why is it sitting on your computer or sitting in your head and not out here helping somebody who needs it? What do you think, Elizabeth, Marianne, Rosemary? Am I out in left field here?
No, I mean, this at this point now, I've worked with over 90 people in helping their share their stories. So I get to see this, right? So I've gotten to see this play out over and over again. It feels divine and it feels magical when we release our stories. The feedback we get from people that needed to have it, to receive that story. There's like, it's all on purpose, right? There's some divine plan in all of it, because I know I benefited just like you did, Davia, from reading Marianne's story while I was doing the work on the story, right? So we don't know if the people what we'll receive as authors reading the stories, like reading our fellow authors' stories, if maybe that message is something that we needed along the way and didn't even realize we needed it, right? Like, I don't think I need to hear about We Are Joy. I'm like, I know my mindset stuff. I know this stuff. I've been a coach for years. Like, I've studied social work. I got it. I don't got it. I needed to hear this story, right? I needed to have that reinforcement in a way that I might have needed a different message, a different way of talking. And I know it's been scary from my perspective, in a lot of the anthologies I've shared my different aspects of my story, because we all have different things. Like, so I've talked about financial trauma and recovering from it. I've talked about leaving religions and recovering from it, different types of things in my own personal life. And when I've been able to get that feedback from other people, first of all, I had a lot of shame around all that stuff, and it let me release that shame. So it was healing for me, but also knowing that I connected, even if I connected one other person and made a difference, it's worth this work, right? From a healing perspective. So I'd love to hear too from other people if what that experience has been like. I know, Marianne, you've gotten amazing feedback on your book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been amazing to even hear from people that I didn't even know were paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
People that I might be friends with, the friends of friends, out there extended, and they'll make a comment that it's been a blessing to them, or whatever it happened to be, that it made a difference, and I like that chapter too, Divya, about, when you're just not feeling it, what do you do when you're just not feeling it?
What do we do?
How many people needed to have that question answered? Come on, guys. There are days when you get up where you know in yourself that you kind of need to raise your vibration. We know it intellectually, but just how? Great book. So I have some questions for you, Elizabeth, because we're coming up on inviting people to join us for our next Ladies Power Lunch anthology. And people might be thinking, this is something that I've noticed. People might be thinking, oh, I want to write my own book. I don't want to be a part of an anthology. So what would your take be? And Marianne, Rosemary, you can weigh in. For my friends over on Facebook, if you have any comments about that, feel free to weigh in there as well. I mean, what do you think about the idea of being an anthology author? How is that beneficial?
Yeah, well, I can share in that. I mean, I actually didn't recognize the benefits of an anthology until I put together one with great pause, because I had never been one in myself. And I had that thought. I was like, oh, I'll just write my own book, right? So it is a very different experience because we are working with each other and we are expanding both. It's a tremendously healing thing for ourselves, but we are expanding our network of people. So many, so by all the people in that book. And so because of that, you don't know who is going to connect with your message and need it at that time, right? So from doing these collaborations and being part of it, I mean, my experience as a business owner now is I literally never need to think about where I'm finding my new client. Like they come to me and they find me, right? And so that's what happens when we are able to expand our network and be more visible. And one of the ways that we can do it is through this collaboration. Some people, you can get, what I've seen is the people that utilize it and really make connections with the other authors. Whoa, so much power. When you open up to that, it's so cool how collaborations can start, how people can work together on projects or support each other. It's such a beautiful thing. So that's my experience of it.
I am muted. Hang on. I'm not muted. Am I muted?
Don't mute yourself.
Oh my God. That's the next book that you have coming out, right, Marianne?
Marianne
Unmuted.
has-
Yes. Unmuted voices.
Unmuted voices. Let's all be heard. Let's be seen. Let's be visible. I love your feedback on that. I have also been asked the question, okay, I already have my own book. Why would I want to be part of an anthology? What do you think about that?
Yeah. So if you already have your own book, I mean, a lot of people that have published their own book have, they might be working kind of in a silo as an author and not really be connecting with other authors, or they might have put a book out and it hasn't really been purchased. It hasn't really gone anywhere. Like you might have a couple reviews or something, but you're not really selling those books. What this does is it multiplies your reach, right? As you're able to come to the anthology with that experience of, hey, I'm already a published author, here's my work. You're able to expand your network, get more sales for your books, get more sales for your programs, because you're connecting with this vast network of other folks. Because it's the people, there is a network within that, just the anthology authors, and then everybody those authors know, right? That you're able to connect. And every anthology, we get better and better at this, of like having it grow and flourish and connecting, like, in social media, using that to connect other folks. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm over here chatting with our friends over on Facebook. Glow says that she's been a contributing author for the first time, along with 49 others for her first collaboration. I think that's wonderful. And she also said that she just wrote her own release, her own book. Her release date is January 31st. So congratulations, Glow. And she says she's not a writer. She just simply wrote from her heart. And I feel like that's a great segue into this, because we're not all Marianne, where we have, how many millions of words did you have on your computer?
In less than 4 years, I had over 4 million.
We're not all Marianne, right? We're not. And that's okay. You don't have to be a writer to be part of an anthology or even to produce your own work. All you need to have is a burning desire and a story to share. That's all you need. That's all you need. So, thanks for bringing that up, Glow, because you're a shining example of that. I think one of the things that shows up for people a lot is that they love being a part of the anthologies that we do because and it's been getting better every single time. We're heading right now into anthology number 6, which is going to be coming out in March, but the one that we're inviting people to be a part of now is the one that's going to come out in October. So people love being a part of our anthologies because we're very opposed to the idea of our authors just having their book be a decorative piece on their bookshelf. Okay, if you want to do that, that's fine. Where you could do that. But if you're going to be part of our anthology, our intention is for other people to hear about you, for other people to know about you, for other people to hear your message. Because you're here for a reason, you're here for a purpose. The thing you get up to do every morning, it's not just a job, guys. It's a calling. And getting that word out there is important. So we organize these summits around the books that we launch. We have a whole set of things that we do together with our authors to get them seen and get them heard. And we do it in a collaborative way so that, let's say, for example, we have 20 authors on our book, and each author brings, I don't know, a list of maybe about 1,000 or 2,000 people. Because most of us as entrepreneurs, if you look at your email list, your LinkedIn profile, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, you might come up with about 1,000 to 2,000 people. Am I right?
Mhm.
Most entrepreneurs fall in that category. And if we are marketing to 20,000 people, 19,000 who've never heard about you, oh my goodness, that's really going to get you a different level of visibility than you would have if you were just publishing your solo book or if you were publishing in an anthology that is not focused on promotion. Does that make sense for everybody? What do you think about that, Elizabeth? What's that saying to you?
Yeah. And so I think, so what differentiates this anthology from our former anthologies and other ones that I've done that haven't been Ladies Power Lunch anthologies is that before I said, you know what, you can participate at any level that you want, right? I wanted, if you feel like you can contribute a chapter and that's it, and you don't kind of want to fly under the radar, if you wanted to like tiptoe into publishing and sharing your story, this is a great way, but you don't have to, you know, be visible or talk about your work. You don't have to do the podcast. You don't have to do these other things. You can kind of just like let it out there and then go run and hide a little bit. Like that's acceptable. What we're doing with this is we're really looking for people that are doing this for their work. They are ready, even if they're scared. They want to be able to broadcast their message because they get that they need, that there is a message that could help people, and they're ready to scale their business. They're wanting to attract more aligned clients that feel really good for them, and they want that to be easy, right? They don't want to feel like it's so hard to get the next client. They want to be visible. They're willing to stand up for that and have people come to them. So that's what differentiates this one, where I really do want to be bringing in people that are willing to work with the group, right? And be seen, even if it's frightening, because it can be frightening to share your story, and that's fine. We're there for you. We've been there, like we understand. We feel that way sometimes too. But I don't know. I think the people I've talked to about this particular anthology, and I know we feel this way, is like we are given this, it's like a mission, right? That we are here to help other people along the path. We've gone through the things we've gone through for a reason. We want to ease the path for others, right? So that's who I'm looking for specifically for this book. There are people that are answering this call, right? They're answering the call to do this. And they want things to maybe go a little bit, they want things to flow a little better, with their business instead of feeling like they're hitting the pavement. Does that land? I'm not sure if that lands.
It lands,
Does it make sense
Elizabeth.
what I'm saying?
And I was just having a deep, meaningful conversation with one of my business besties who y'all will get a chance to absolutely dive into her wonderfulness because she is going to be a part of the Ladies Power Lunch Summit that's coming up from March 21st and 22nd. And she's going to be talking to us about money mindset. She's going to be talking to us about the visibility mindset. She's going to be sharing some wonderful things with us. But I was just talking to her, and one of the things that came up is that we're not all we all have a story to share, every single one of us, but we're all not in the same place when it comes to sharing that story. And some of us might want to share it, but be a little hesitant. And isn't it amazing to have a group of wonderful, amazing women supporting you, kind of like holding your hand, kind of like doulas for birthing this beautiful, beautiful book that is going to come out of all of us that are bringing this to the world. I just think it's great. One of the things that you mentioned just now, Elizabeth, is that our intention is to make it easy. My word of the year for I'm reaching over here for my flag. Hang on a minute. For 2020, 2021, 2022, same word. It's probably backwards on your screen, but it's flow. I'm waving that flow flag all day long. I want my life to be easy. I want it to be easy. And who's had enough of struggling to get visible online, especially now that since we've been in the pandemic and we've been sort of quarantined, we're not doing business as usual. We're not going to all the networking things in person that we used to do. We're not doing the live speaking events that we used to do. We're all online, and suddenly was already crowded, people. Suddenly the internet space has become even more crowded. And so how do you get yourself visible? And I have a suggestion that working with a group of heart-centered people who are going to work together to get you exposed to 20 to 50,000 of your ideal clients, it's the best way. It's the easiest way. And it's an awesome way. So I don't know. That's my suggestion.
Yeah, my
Marianne.
my word is flow also for 2022. So that's so perfect, right? Because yeah, I think we've all been, well, a lot of us have come from this, thought pattern that things have to be hard, that we have to figure it out ourselves. It has to be a challenge, and we have to, right? And but my experience of the past couple years is if I let go of actual control, but I keep willing to be showing up, right? For the work, I'm showing up. But if I let other people help me and actually collaborate and partner with other people, it can actually be that easy. Like it can actually flow. And it's a whole different way of being an entrepreneur that I never experienced before. I never, right? So I just want people to experience that too. I want it to be easy for people to be, business owners and do the work that they love so that they can release the stuff they don't, right? Like, come on, let go. We gotta live our lives, right? And let go of the things that are dragging us. And we can, right? So
I think I want to just take a minute to say hi to our fun friends who joined us over on the Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group. Dr. Barbara, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you joining us here. We love Barbara. She's amazing. She was my co-author in the past on another anthology. Absolutely adore her. Hi, Tiffany. So great to see you. Haven't seen you in the group in a while. It's wonderful to see you. Great to see you, Mina. Awesome to see you, Glow. It's really a nice little group that we have assembled over in the Ladies Power Lunch group. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining. I have to say, as a daughter of immigrants, drilled into my head all my life, right? You want good, your nose has to run. That's like a Jamaican thing that you hear all the time. If you want something good to happen, you have to work really, really hard for it. I learned early on, you have to work hard for every cent of your salary. Also learned this, you're a woman, so you're going to have to work twice as hard as men who are doing the exact same thing to even get recognized. I learned that early, early on. Also learned this, oh, you're a woman of color. Oh, honey, 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 you're going to have to work even harder. So strap your boots on now because it's time. And I am here to tell you guys that I was so opposed to that idea. And I still am, because I know that there's always a better way. There's always an easier way. And the way forward for me is collaboration. Let's do this together. How about we just link arms and make this easier for every single one of us? One of my favorite mentors loves to say, a rising tide lifts all boats. I used to live by the beach and I used to watch the tides come in. And I say this all the time with tongue in cheek. I saw those tides coming in and every single boat lifted. There wasn't a one boat that was there like, I don't know, I'm not going to lift today when the tide comes in. Everyone, everyone, all lifted. So what? I mean, we can do it. 20 to 50,000 people seeing your work. What do you think, Marianne? Am I too excited about this?
No, your excitement is perfect. You have to get us stirred up. We always have to have reminders of stuff like this. It's like we know a lot of this and we just forget because we don't keep it applied on a daily basis. So yes.
Yeah, no, I feel very strongly about this. What I ask, let me give, can I, Elizabeth, just give them a little peek into my process about how this all works and why it works so seamlessly. What we invite people to do is we say, hey, you're joining a program, great, awesome. We're glad you're here. I'm going to ask you to do one thing. Just block off 2 hours of time on your schedule. Take a little time to do maybe a little breathing exercise or a little, meditation for a couple of minutes just to get yourself in the right mindset, and then start writing. Just start writing. Stream of consciousness on your topic. Whatever comes out of you in that 2 hours, send that over to me. And from that, we're going to get a couple of things going. We're going to get your marketing and promotion plan on point. We're going to get your chapter for your book. We're going to get you a little tiny course that you can share with your audience. We're going to use that same content and we're going to use it for blog posts. We're going to use that same content and we're going to use it for you to be on the Ladies Power Lunch podcast so that you can get seen and get heard by a wider audience. We might even invite you to something new that's happening. I kind of hinted at it way back when we did the fall summit. It has to do with other media, but I can't jump into telling you about it yet because there's still a lot of background stuff that we're working on. But there are so many outlets that we have to put you in front of. We're using the same stream of consciousness that you develop in a 2-hour period to develop your signature talk and your signature workshop. So you're just doing one piece of work over a 2-hour period. And that is going to be seen and be heard by the people who are your ideal audience, because we're not just putting up a Facebook algorithm and hoping that it sticks. We do have somebody who does our social media marketing. That is true. But we're talking about 20 to 50,000 people who are in the same mindset as you. It's the right people. It's targeted in a way that you can't get it any other way. It's the real deal. So that's kind of how it works. That's a little bit. We also do spend some time masterminding together, getting to know each other. So you know who's in the book with you. Because one question, Elizabeth, don't you get this question all the time? And I want you to answer it. I would be in an anthology, but I don't even know these people. And are their values aligned with mine? Don't you get that question all the time, Elizabeth?
Yes, I do. People often want to know who's in it. They want to make sure, and I understand this completely, right? They want to make sure that what they're putting out there is in, it does align with the other people in there. Exactly. Yeah, it is. It's a smart thing.
Yeah, so we do take time to make sure that it's a rigor. I mean, we're inviting people. Yeah, go ahead, apply. But there is a process to actually accepting who ends up in the book. So just so you know that. And two, we do spend time together so that you know who you're in the book with. You know who you're sharing with your audience. You know who's sharing you with their audience. It suddenly becomes new best friends as opposed to just some random 49 other people who are in a book with me who I've never ever met. And I've been in collaboration books like that in the past, so I know what I'm talking about. And so we go for a smaller core group with our anthologies, but we make sure that it's the right core group. Does that make sense for you, Marianne? Because I know, like, especially for the type of work that you do, you don't want to have your work sitting beside just anybody.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
I
like
make
that,
sure.
that you check. I mean, that there is that alignment so that it's all coming out with the same energy,
Alignment.
the same energy level. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
And I make sure, like, as I talk with people and I read what their intention is for the book, like I obviously I want to make sure that what people are publishing and what people are writing and that we're sharing, I need to make sure it's totally aligned with my values, which is
Yeah.
compassion and love and like making the world a better place, right? So I certainly, we don't just let anybody in there. Some people, it's just not appropriate for them to be part of the book. They might be great people, but it just might not be the message that we want to be sharing right now.
Or
Right?
they might be good for another book.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. It just might not be appropriate for this particular compilation that we're doing at this time. So it's fine. It's fine. Just want to say that to say, don't feel like, okay, maybe you're not going to accept me when you think about submitting your application. Go ahead and submit it because we might work together on this project, or we might work together on something else, or we might just end up being best friends. I don't know how it's going to work out. Remember, guys, it's all about the love.
Yeah. And I think so. This is the collaboration that I know how to do, and it feels like the way to do it. I don't know of any other way to do a book collaboration other than trying to get people together and have them know each other and like kind of breathe together. Like that's what aligns with me. But I do know that there are other ones. They're just like submit the chapter and then you put it out. And that does, there's a value to that, but for what we create, I really want us to have deep connection with each other, so that we can be that rising tide that lifts all boats, like that we can be there for each other, not just in the writing of publishing and promoting our business thing, but also, make new, supports for each other in our lives. And so I work on cultivating that in the calls that we do. We have monthly calls with the group that are really lovely, and they start in with meditation and help us get into a really nice space to connect with each other, to support each other writing the chapter, but also reach our goals in other areas too, right? Helping our, connect with each other, help each other fill each other's programs in a way that feels good, not like a pressury way, just like, when you think of, you know what, somebody really needs the support of I don't know, divorce coach right now, or, I know somebody who really needs this type of program right now, that we can like help our people in our lives connect with the the people that need them. So it's very intentional what we're doing with the meetings that we have. We really want to create that loving, supportive space for people.
Absolutely. Marianne, Rosemary, ladies over on Facebook, anybody have any questions for Elizabeth? Barbara, Dr. Barbara over on Facebook, she says she was a co-author on one of Elizabeth's anthologies, and she says, I was so supported through the process. And I think that's important to note. You would probably say the same thing, Marianne, the support that you get. And I've done other anthologies in the past. I have been invited to other anthologies that I ended up saying no to. But one thing I can say is that you definitely give a tremendous amount of support, Elizabeth.
And it's also because we attract people like Dr. Barbara Milton,
Yes, we
who
do.
brought a lot of support to the other authors, right? So we are so yes, I give support. My team at Green Heart Living brings support, but the other authors are bringing this really loving energy to the group, and it's not at the expense of anybody, right? It's not like an exhausting support. I think we've all
We've
experience
all,
what that's like. Sure, you have to
yeah.
well, it's not, it's like an organic, loving thing that is so, I've gotten so much out of witnessing, like, oh my goodness, what people can create on this end. So yeah, it's pretty beautiful and magical.
We do have some questions over in the Facebook group. One of them that I think might be perfect for you to answer is this opportunity to someone who has zero experience?
Well,
I
no
feel
one
like
has
that's a
zero
great
experience.
question.
If you're alive, you have experience, right? If we are living, if we are breathing, we have experience. So we do need to have a transformational story, right? We need to have lived life and have things that we want to share. Some people I've talked with have some difficulty figuring out what that is. Sometimes people might be like, I don't know if I've been through anything that's worth sharing. That's usually there's something that they have to share, but they feel nervous about sharing it, or they don't recognize that it could make a difference for somebody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you don't have experience with writing, that is not a thing at all, right? So
That's not a problem.
it's literally not a problem. So I have people that, they just don't consider themselves writers. It's challenging for them. We have all sorts of lovely ways to work with that. If you like to talk things instead of write things, you can actually say your entire content, tell your story into a recording. We download it, transcribe it using Otter or some app, and then we can craft the chapter from there, right? So you don't, even if it feels like totally impossible for you to write something, you can share your story. And sometimes I'll meet with people and talk through the points. Sometimes people are like, oh yeah, I've got it together, I can do this. And other people just feel there's something going on and they can't get the words out. They're not sure where to start. I love talking with people about that and helping them get clear on what they've lived through and what they're doing in their life that could make a difference for somebody else, right?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of what's the word that I'm looking for here? There might be a little bit of hesitation because we imagine that the person who is an author is a person who has a master's degree in communications, right? Or who did English literature as their major. And I'm here to tell you that actually that's great. And I have deep respect for people like that. One of my very dearest friends, two of my friends actually fall in that category. Oh, three of my friends. I have a friend who's also Harvard trained in literature and she's a book coach, So there are
Mhm.
people out there who they knew from the very first day that what they wanted to do was to be an author. Shout out to them. Hi to my friend Anne over in Ireland. Love you so much. But then this is not necessarily the kind of person that we're looking to attract to this particular anthology. If that's your deal, you're welcome to come because I know you're going to bring it for the composition and you're going to be the one who will be able to tell me, well, there should be an apostrophe on my ladies and show me exactly where it should be. That's awesome. What we're asking for here, though, is we're asking for the people who get up every morning and have passion for the work that they do. The people who get up every morning and they know that the thing that they're doing right now is a thing that they were meant to do. And this is a thing that they want to share a message about. We want to take their message and we want to share it with the world. So you don't have to be an author. We're not asking you to be an author. We're asking you to share your message and we will help you get that word out there. So being an author is just a vehicle for your self-expression. And we're going to be using a lot of different vehicles to get the word out there. We're going to help you focus on speaking because one of the great ways to get the word out about your anthology is going to be speaking on things. We're going to help you get the word out through podcasting because that's the new media format that is actually growing. We're going to help you get the word out through heart-centered social media promotion, not just the run of the mill that you're accustomed to. We're going to help you get the word out through, of course, being a part of the anthology. And we're going to help you get the word out because we know exactly what you need to do at every step of the way to make sure that when you have your book, that it is not just a decorative element, but it's actually helping people with their lives. And Tiffany says, I can check those boxes. So I feel like, yeah, you're the right kind of person. Elizabeth dropped in the chat the link to apply to be a part of the upcoming Ladies Power Lunch anthology that we are onboarding. So that answers that other question that was in the chat as well.
There's someone also that asked about the timeline as far as applying and that kind of thing.
Yes, so we are looking to bring all of our authors together by March 1st. We'll have our first meeting for the anthology in March. And then our final, our first drafts will be due April 30th and final drafts will be due May 31st. So that is, I'd love to have all of the authors together at that first meeting in March. I think that would be really lovely. And we'll probably be able to invite a few more people in during the month of March as people come in. But so I also want to make sure that people have enough time to write their chapter before that April 30th deadline. So I think we'll be finally like shutting the door on this end of March. But I'd love to have people come in. It's a lot earlier because the longer that you're part of this and connecting with the other authors, the more you can build those connections with each other. Does that
Yeah,
align?
I want to say something else too. You're probably thinking, oh, but the book isn't coming out till October. Why do we have this big gap between when we have to have final words in and when we're gonna launch? There is a reason, guys. So, marketing. One of the best things that you can do when you're marketing something is to pre-sell it. And we have a whole funnel set up for pre-selling this book. What this funnel does is it takes whatever is your free gift offer and it offers it to our audience. Then the next page on it gives them an opportunity to buy the book from you ahead of time. And then the next page of the funnel actually goes to your, not Elizabeth's, but goes to your drawbridge offer. So whatever is your lowest price offer in your business, it goes there. So we have it all set up so that we're using the book as a means of income generation for you. Did everybody get that, or did that just go over your head? So there's a reason why there's some time built in there, because we need to make sure that we've pre-sold the book so that we can get that #1 bestseller. And so that we can guarantee for you that this is going to be a best-selling endeavor for you. So you're going to have the opportunity to be a best-selling author. You're going to have the opportunity, should you choose to accept it, to be a speaker on our Ladies Power Lunch Summit. You're going to have the opportunity to be on my podcast, Elizabeth's podcast, maybe even Marianne's podcast. I don't know. You might have an opportunity to be a part of my big exciting thing that's coming. Oh my gosh, I can't even. There are so many opportunities that will come to you just from being a part of this endeavor. Plus, you get to kind of reach out to 20 to 50,000 of your ideal clients somewhere in the process of all that. I don't know. It feels great to me. I'm excited.
I'm so excited that we can add this with the landing page for individual authors. Like, this is so freaking awesome, because this part of all of this is I've wanted to be able to give people this income opportunity very early on in the process, right? That I want them to be able to sell their books, make money off of the books, and then get people to also connect with their other offerings, right? Because once people read that book, if they connect with your story, they're like, they develop that know, love, and trust factor that we talk about, right? And they want to connect with you more. And so I love that we are able to give this to them as part of this, because it's already done for them. It's easy. And then they can connect it with their other things. It's like flow, right? All over the place. This is so freaking cool.
Yep.
What the heck?
And I wanna just, can I, Elizabeth, please shout out to the amazing people who are in the background. So you guys don't understand when I keep saying to you that in the Ladies Power Lunch group, we are all friends with each other, and we kind of have a little bit of contempt for each other because we know each other so well. But what you need to understand is that the support that's coming behind this book that's coming out for you is amazing. Because for those of you who don't know, Elizabeth is actually 100% qualified to be doing this job of publishing. Her master's supports everything that we're doing together here. Please be aware. Number 2, we have the illustrious, my bestie and yours, Barb Pritchard, working with us on funnels for every single one of you, working with us on making sure that your book cover is going to be amazing, working with us to make sure that our marketing is on point. There's Colleen working with Elizabeth on her side, making sure that, because marketing a book is different from just marketing in general, and making sure that we're hitting all the metrics on Amazon so that we get that bestseller, and also that what our blurb says on Amazon about our product is actually what it should be so that we're hitting SEO. Who knows about SEO? Type SEO in the chat, because that's super important. We have an amazing, amazing social media guru who is so generous to us. Some of you might already know Drew Kairos. He's done work with some of you before, helping to support me to make sure that we get, when we put out our book and we have some social media presence, when we're doing paid ads and that sort of thing, that we're actually hitting the metrics that we need to hit. We have, because I don't want to learn another thing, we have hosting, we have doing the back end of my podcast and also Elizabeth's podcast. We have Jim. So Jim Williams is amazing. His background is he's a theater major. So he has probably about 5,000 podcasts.
You might.
So many. He knows podcasts inside out. He knows marketing of the podcast. He knows all of this stuff, and he's taking care of us on the level of the podcast. And then we also have just tremendous information that we're here to share with you about being a speaker, because now that you have your book, you're going to need to hit the road and start talking to people about your book, right? So as a speaker, what are the things that you need to know? How do you tell that story? What's the business of getting booked on different stages? You need all that information, and we've got it. And I mean, am I leaving anybody else out? Yes, I am. I'm leaving out Lori Raggio because she's the one who's tying this whole thing together. She's a life coach and a business coach, and she's going to be working with every single one of you on that visibility mindset. Because guys, all of this stuff that I'm talking about is fine and good. This framework that we've built to get you visible is all fine and good. But if you're not right in the head, if you're
Seriously, it's okay.
sorry, that didn't come out right.
Lori, I need to say, so she did the same coach training that I did, which is an ontological coach training. It's a year-long program. It's very intensive. And I needed to go through that in order to work out all my stuff so I could actually be a successful business owner. I could not be where I am right now today if I didn't go through all of that training. And so working with Lori, she's so gifted and so present with you. And she has this amazing ontological training to help you like have these awarenesses of why you do things the way you do, why your brain is doing the silly thing it's doing that you might not even realize are blocks to you having a successful business or life or relationships or all, all the things are connected. So I love that that's being woven in too, because that's going to make a really big difference for folks.
I think so.
I think so. Right.
And she wrote the foreword for my book.
She's so good. She's
Yay,
such a
Lori.
support for us. Yes.
She's such a support. She is.
I'm just gonna, tag everybody on this call. So they know that we're over here chatting about them behind their backs.
We can't help sing their praises. They're so wonderful. Oh.
Well, that's all I've got.
I feel like I had a thought and then it bled away. It's okay.
It's okay. All is well. Right, Marianne?
That's right. Always all is well.
Yeah, so logistically, there is a application that people can fill out. People can come talk with me. They can do a chat with me by looking at greenheartliving.as.me is my scheduling page. They can reach out to Dr. Davia also to chat with her. Yeah, and I'm happy to answer any questions that if anybody has additional questions. But I think we did good.
We did good. We did good. And we made it in time too.
We did. All right. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Thank you, Dr. Davia, Mary Ann, Rosemary, thank you so much for being here on Zoom, and thank everyone that has been with us on Facebook. We love you so much. Thank you for being with us today.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.